I want to ask you something. We see, and I want to get right into it, especially with the Middle East. What is going on over there? I see you got a mic.
Bring,
Yes.
yeah, I got to
What
bring the mic down a little bit.
what is going on in the Middle East right now? The U.S. has one or two aircraft carrier groups steaming towards the Mediterranean. There were reports that Britain was preparing air bases in Cyprus. The United States upped its number of troops in occupied Syria, and they've also upped their troops in Jordan. What are we looking at a major conflagration that's about to take place?
If you would ask me that a week ago, I probably would have said, "Yeah, I think uh, we're heading towards a big war." Uh, Now I don't think so, and the reason I don't think so is because Israel's in such bad shape. So, the Eisenhower, the aircraft carrier Eisenhower that was in the Red Sea, is headed back to Virginia, to Norfolk, and um, supposedly the Roosevelt. I've heard two different ones. The Roosevelt or the Wasp are supposed to replace it. Uh, but so what? Its job of trying to stop the Houthis from launching anti-ship missiles hadn't worked out too well. Uh, those, those those Houthis are worse than a bad case of crabgrass. Man, can't get rid of them. They keep coming back and taking, they're hitting ship after ship. Um, and if they get some advanced weapons via Russia, then we could really the situation could even get more grim for the West. Uh, the British have been on those air bases in Cyprus for 50 years or longer, so that's not new. What is sort of new is they've been actively cooperating with Israel in conducting airstrikes, air operations in southern Lebanon. And Hezbollah's head, Nasrallah, put them on notice. Hey, if you get involved with this, then you're going to pay a price. And it was touted as it was presented in the media as a threat. They're threatening Cyprus. Well, no, he wasn't threatening Cyprus. He was threatening the British on Cyprus. And actually, went to some lengths to make that clear. What's really interesting is you've got this split taking place between the Israeli politicians, Netanyahu and his civilian cabinet, and the military leadership. Military leadership right now is saying, basically, man, we need a rest. We, we can't keep doing this, okay? We've been fighting Hamas primarily for the last 8 months. The Israelis claim, we've killed 14,000 of them. Okay, good. You've killed 14,000 Hamas. And what's the head of your army say? What's the head of your navy say? They all say the same thing. We can't beat Hamas. Hamas cannot be defeated because it's an idea. It's not a one intact military unit. Um, then the New York Times reported yesterday as well that the Israeli military leadership said, hey, we don't have enough ammunition. The reservists that we keep calling up to, join the ranks, they're not showing up. They're refusing to serve. With no ammunition, with no troops, and the ones we do have, they're tired, so they need a rest. So all this talk about, we're going to attack Hezbollah in southern Lebanon, drive them out. It's just delusional. Think about this. In 8 months, Israel has not been able to defeat Hamas. And let's say Hamas's total numbers are around 20 to 30,000. Well, Hezbollah's 100,000. And Hezbollah's got something that Hamas doesn't. It's a trained army.
Mm-hmm.
They are better equipped, better armed, better trained, and they got the fortifications rival, if not exceed, anything that Hamas had built in Gaza. So if the Israelis, decide that, oh yeah, we're going to go in, we're going to go and whip some ass. The only ass that's going to get whipped is their own. That's what's going to happen.